to engrave and cut our small panel, we start with our artwork in another software. In this case, it's CorelDRAW, and we're going to print a Carpathia CGI file from that program. So we use the print driver. The only thing we have to do is make our artboard, our material size, the same as our artboard. Then we print, and we go to Carpathia software, and we open in Carpathia the artwork that we're going to engrave. So now we have the artwork. One thing we need to do, because this is going to be two different operations, we're using one cutter to engrave and another cutter to cut out the panel. We need to make all the cut lines a different color and use engrave by color. So we're going to make this red. It could be any color. We're just using red here. Now that's our cut lines. So then we're ready now to go to the EDI, the engraving device interface, and this is a screen that's works in conjunction with the controller in real time. So this is where we set our speeds, cutter lift, depth. In this case we're using a route rather than drag, and we're going to turn on engrave by color to separate the job into its two different portions. So now that we have engrave by color turned on, we hit apply. It's broken into its two different jobs, two different operations. So now we're ready to load the cutter and set our cutter depth using the micrometer on the machine. So we'll take out the old cutter. We install our 20 thousandths flex cutter for plastic. We set our micrometer from 0 to 5 clicks, which is at 5 thousandths. And then we're ready to hit the play button and go. So once we hit play, machine comes out, goes down. We're in full auto mode, so it's using the proc sensor to determine when to stop down. And then the engraving device interface shows where our job is in real time. The black lines in the engraving device interface are showing where the head actually is. The green line shows the data that's already been sent from the computer to the controller. And the only reason that that's important for us is to know that if we hit the pause button on the machine, the green line will stop moving forward, and the black line has to catch up to the green line for it to pause. So we can make a determination there whether we want to, if our material's slipping, whether we just want to pause it or we want to use the emergency stop button on the machine. So now we've finished with the engraving portion, and it's now time to move to the cutout portion of the job. So here we need to slow the speed down because we're going much deeper into the material. And then we're going to switch cutters and set our depth with the new cutter. We're using a profile cutter, and we need to be 60 thousandths deep because that's the thickness of our material. Now you could go a little bit, you could go to say 58 thousandths and pop it apart if you wanted it to all still be in one piece. In this example, we're going to cut all the way through. So as it begins its cut portion, you see in the EDI we have the same green followed by black, showing where the head is at all times. You also notice in the upper right corner of the EDI is our job timer. So you can see that we're just over a minute of runtime. That does not include the time that we're stopped doing the cutter change. That's the actual runtime of the machine. So this took 1 minute 46 seconds to cut out. here's our panel. Easy to do.